Hi again. I'm back with another part of my story. I know I stay leaving y'all with these crazy cliffhangers and telling y'all that I would send the next video the next day, but stuff be happening and it takes me a little time to get around to doing these things. But I want to jump into fast forward 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we have already been divorced about 2 years now, and the kids were gone for the weekend with their dad. I had just finished like cleaning up and relaxing and chilling. I poured me a glass of wine. I laid on the couch and was getting ready to scroll through my phone. I get a bing from Facebook Messenger. This lady was texting me, blowing my messenger up, and I'm like, who is this? So I open it. Y'all, the first line said, I don't know if you know it or not, but your fucking ex-husband is gay. I looked at the name again, and it was, I didn't recognize the name, but I recognized the picture. She was the lady that he had brought to the kids, events a couple times. I guess they were dating for a while and they broke up. And she was like, well, I don't know if he told you why we broke up. And I was like, I don't ask him anything. I don't know y'all was in a relationship. I've seen you twice. I didn't know if y'all broke up or not. I don't question him. I don't ask him about his personal business. He mind his business. I mind mine. So she was like, he's gay. And I don't know, something in me just was like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. And she followed up with text messages, screenshots, pictures between him and another man. She got a hold of this information and she found out because she's told me that they were working out together and going to the gym. She let him borrow her Apple Watch so he could track his steps or whatever, but he had it for about a good month. She said when he gave it back to her, he forgot to log out of his iCloud, and her phone just was blowing up. I mean, her phone, her text messages, all of this on the watch was just blowing up like crazy. One thing in particular was a man who had messaged him, and they were going back and forth, calling each other baby, and the man eventually asked him for a picture of his ass. When I'm telling y'all reading this, like I'm reading it and I'm like, something in me kind of felt like I knew something was there, but I was sick to my fucking stomach. I felt like I wanted to throw up. I was shaking and everything. And like crazy part about it was we was already divorced 2 years. So why it was having that much of effect on me? It just was like, the fuck? But that's not even the wild part. Like, the man asked him for a butt pic, and sure enough, he sent it to him. And he can't say, like, I still have this in my phone. I still have this in my Facebook messages. Of course, I screenshotted and held on to him. He doesn't know that I have them, but he knows that I told him that, she called me. I said, this lady reached out to me. We ended up talking on the phone. She sent me this stuff. She found a lot of stuff that I would have never found because I'm not a snooper. Like, I don't go through men's phone. I've never been that girl. Not saying she went through his phone, but I feel like if I was one of those women, I would have found out a long time ago. But I also feel like God does everything for a reason, and things are supposed to happen when they were supposed to. Because if I would have found that stuff out while we were still married, like, there's no telling what I would have snapped out. I would have snapped out, and it probably would have been like really nasty. But you're sending this man pictures of your behind with your face in it. So you can't even say it's not you in the bathroom that we shared together. And then the man hearted it. He hearted it, and he told the man like, oh, I'll call you back later. The man's reply to that ass picture was, I can't wait to see that ass bent over and arched, ready to take some D. He didn't say the word. He just put a capital letter D. Y'all, I almost threw up. I couldn't believe it. And then he hearted the man's response. And then it was like, okay, I'm gonna call you later. I'm busy right now. I'll call you when I get home. And that was the end of that. She sent me. This lady sent me all kinds of stuff. But some of the stuff that she didn't send me but she told me about. So this isn't proof that I have, but it just makes so much sense. She told me that the man that was living with us, the man that my husband was buying things for and taking care of the whole time they were sleeping together. She said she was telling me text messages between them two. She was telling me that my husband my ex at the time, was basically in love with this boy. And I'm like, that just makes so much sense after seeing what she showed me And she went into a lot of detail and a lot of things that just, I'm like, how did she know? How did she know? She had to have read it. She kind of got scared after a couple of our conversations because he threatened her. And she said he was harassing her and popping up at her house. So she kind of, after she sent me those text messages and we had that first conversation, and she did tell him that she was going to tell me, but of course his response was, oh, she ain't going to fucking believe you, blah, blah, blah. She didn't tell him that she sent me the stuff. And I still, to this day, have not told him what I have and what I know. I did ask him, like, hey, I'm hearing stuff about you. That lady reached out to me, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, she just mad because I left her for somebody else and she's always been jealous of the relationship that you and I have. I'm like, you and I don't have a relationship. We just co-parent. Yeah, she be reading my text message. She be seeing how we text about the kids. So I just don't understand. Anyway, I did tell him that I knew. And of course, what he did was he tried to say that, oh, that wasn't me in the text messages. She saw where the boy was sleeping with another one of his friends. So it's like, I'm like, wait, and the other friend that he brought into this, I ain't know nothing about. Like, I met him a couple times, but like, now it's like this whole string of men. And for him to throw the boy that he was bringing to our house under the bus as to say that he's the gay one and I'm not, like, it's just crazy. And I'm like, that's where, looking back, it just makes so much sense because the solicited anger, the unsolicited anger, like just mad for no reason. Just mad at me for like, and I'm telling y'all, like, I didn't do anything. You're just upset. And the whole time it had nothing to do with me. You're probably mad because you can't do what you need to do and you can't be who you want to be or where you want to be with whoever it is that you want to be with. And you got to come home to your wife and your kids and you're upset with me for no reason and having these crazy anger things, the alcohol, the drinking, and then the lying to make me look like I'm the bad person. I just, it was just insane. But these, y'all, not saying that, again, not saying that red flags are always going to lead to what I had dealt with, but a lot of times when you do see these red flags in these relationships, it's deeper than what you think it is. It's deeper than what you think it is, and this shit has nothing to do with you. And the crazy part about it is I just can't understand why this person was so dead set on dragging me to anybody that would listen, anybody that would like just making up stuff. Whole time you hiding all of this. Not only was he sending this man pictures and stuff, but he was, I don't know what that is outside. It's probably a snowplow or something. I know y'all hear it and I'm hoping you can hear me good enough. But like, he was pictures during COVID when we were still living in the house together, of him wearing my clothes for these men. Those green furry slides that I said, oh, in the pictures with those on for this men. That lady was like, girl, he loved them shoes. He got them shoes on in a bunch of pictures. I didn't see but one, but she told me that he got them shoes on because she was the one who asked me if I had any green furry slippers. And I was like, yeah, why? She's like, I said, my daughter gave me them for Christmas one year. She was like, he loved them shoes, girl. He loved them. Like, not only are you doing all that, you're dressing up. Like, nobody's mad at you for being gay. What I am mad about is the fact that you paraded this man in my face in my house. You had me doing stuff for him. You had a family. And you're doing this alongside of this. And then, y'all, with that came so many emotions. And so, like, I felt like I was punched in so many different angles. The betrayal, the lying, me cheating. But told everybody I was a cheater. I never cheated on that man. Not once. But the whole time you got your boyfriend living in our house. Like, make it make sense. I think this is probably going to be my last story, but like I said, a lot of that stuff started making sense with the anger and things like that. Keep a lookout on these red flags, these people who just do too much and lie about who they are. It's disgusting, it's sad, and I really do feel sorry for that person. With that being said, you guys enjoy the snow. I know I am, and take care.